It's a very unique experience, getting to know people in this kind of a way. You meet them, and a lot of times we meet people on their hardest day, but you meet them after they experienced one of the worst tragedies you could ever experience.
And one of the families said it best. They said, everyone else has moved on, but we're still stuck on May 24th, and that stuck with me.
It's just hard to come to grips with the fact that someone walked into a schoolroom and took 21 innocent lives. Those are scars that not only Uvalde will have a tough time healing from, but I think all of South Texas.
My name is Stephania Jimenez, and I am one of the anchors and reporters for this special on Uvalde. We're taking a look back 1 year later after that unfortunate tragedy.
I'm Steve Spreister. I was anchoring the day that the shooting happened at Robb Elementary.
15 people, 21 people that were shot and killed.
That day, as the death toll just continued to rise, it just was a shock for us that were covering it live, as close as I've come to breaking down on the air.
My name is Leigh Waldman, and I'm a general assignments reporter for the Night Beat here at KSAT. We've been in Uvalde since the day the shooting happened. I remember on May 24th last year, we got there around 2 o'clock.
Our Leigh Waldman joins us live from the Civic Center, where students were taken to be picked up by their parents.
And we've been back there every single week since that point, multiple times a week. I think there's only been maybe 2 weeks I haven't gone back this last year.
We made a commitment the day of the shooting on the set right in here to never forget, always remember their names.
The goal of this special is to highlight what their families have gone through and to show you more of who these people were. These 21 lives, 22 if you count Joe, Irma's husband, they are more than just their last moments. They were fully functioning people who had passions, who had friends, who were making memories, who made their parents smile every single day, who were raising kids of their own. It's important that we keep telling their stories because we don't want them to be forgotten.
The toughest part when it comes to doing a special like this is speaking with the victims' families and hearing their stories.
And listening to the pain that they still have, that hasn't diminished. It hasn't gone away. And when we met them last May, they were just people that this was something that happened to them, but now we have really real relationships with them. Relationships that are deeper than just a story, deeper than just this special we're putting together. We can feel a lot of their pain. We grieve with them. We were there for every birthday that passed this year, for every holiday that passed this year. And I think that's been the most difficult part is doing those interviews, crying with these parents, crying with these kids who lost their moms, and then just trying to cut it down into something that we could fit in only an hour. It was difficult to relive that with them and relive the pain with them because they're still in a lot of pain.
Hope they get a sense of not only what was lost on that day, but how a community has struggled mightily with what was taken away from that community, from the sense of innocence that is now gone, for many issues that just had not been dealt with that now are having to be dealt with.
And those relationships that we form with their families and their surviving loved ones, it's important that we give them a voice and give them a platform for what they're trying to do. And that's inspire change so that more people don't face the reality that they've been faced with for this last year.
And you're about to see these families have not given up despite all of the opposition, and they remain steadfast in their desire to pass gun control and just fight to make sure that their loved ones are remembered.
But it's also about the survivors and how they're carrying on and how the city's carrying on and what happened in the legislature. I mean, there's just so many things that are going on after Robb Elementary. I think it's important that we update the community on where we're at and what still needs to be done.
I'm also hoping that when you watch this special, you come out of it also asking even more questions, because as we know, it's not as if what happened in Uvalde, if it's just in a vacuum, right? We have seen numerous mass shootings take place since then. And so we all need to make sure it's not just the media, it's not just the victims' families, that we're all asking questions and keeping our leaders accountable.